Yeah, I think people need to understand what Trump is doing, whether it's intentional or not. But he is cutting off the flow of money to the pool from which a variety of left wing groups and activist groups around the world and in the US drink. So imagine a pool that's being filled with money. A lot of that money comes from the programs that have been cut off by his DEI orders, federal funding, but a lot of it came from USAID, which is essentially an international development agency of the government, which has a massive tens of billions of dollars budget. And now we know what has been happening. It has been like a fire hose filling up the same pool that the DEI funding filled up, and they all drink from that. And he's cutting off that flow. This has the potential to be absolutely devastating to the DEI and left wing industrial complex. We always think of it as being George Soros and people like that. And it is, but they all are feeding into the same pool. And Soros doesn't have enough money to replace what the US government spends on this stuff. And so that's why they are apoplectic. That's why they are losing their minds. That's why they are senators are trying to break into buildings. That's why there's lawsuit after lawsuit, because they know if Trump is successful in cutting off the various spigots that fill the pool from which left wing activist groups drink, they are in big trouble. And that's what he's doing, whether it's intentional or not. If it's successful, it will have a seismic change in the makeup of this country and of the world politically. And that's why they're going so crazy, because if that dries up, we now realize that the US government may be the number one funder of left wing activism in the US. And that's something I don't think we fully realized. Certainly, the work we do at criticalrace.org and equalprotect.org, we understood that there are massive foundations behind it. There's a lot of state money behind it. But we're now realizing that the federal money being cut off has them squealing like pigs because they've been eating at the trough of the federal government to undermine our own country and to weaponize various groups. So this is really good. I think their reaction is extremely telling, and I hope he's successful.